Hello, welcome my dear viewer. I decided to paraphrase the cliché, the million-dollar question, to form the title of this work of mine as the million-dollar information, to draw attention to the main cause of the gradual increase in temperature on our planet. Who I am? I'm Domingos de Andrade from Brazil, graduated in Accounting Sciences from the Federal University of Santa Catarina, postgraduated in Auditing and Controllership with an MBA from Foundation Getúlio Vargas in Rio de Janeiro, and writer. And I worked in the financial system for 28 years. And after retirement, I've been studying environmental, sociological, and political administrative issues for over 15 years. And I'm debuting on the internet to air a series of short videos where I bring a new point of view to issues that involve local society and also life in general on our planet, based on indisputable logics. And at the suggestion of some friends from other countries, I am gradually re-recording my videos in English. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and give your like. Now pay attention. Well, during my studies on environmental and sociological topics, I developed a way of thinking disconnected from the system, in which I can detach myself from the cultural pattern that guides us in daily life and, like I'm on a spaceship looking through a 360-degree screen, among other things, I identify the main cause of transgressions to the logics that govern the content of our planet, which is the excess of human inhabitants. No doubt, the greatest burden of environmental destruction in the world is generated by the demand for food, and the second largest by the demand for products destined to other human needs. However, in environmental discussion forums, activists, environmentalists sticks to only intermediate solutions in their management about what they consider to be the main causes of the gradual increase in global temperature, such as the treatment of trash and sewage, the reduction of toxic gases of atmosphere, and the preservation of green areas, since such solutions, while necessary, are only palliative as long as the world population continues growing. Yes, because the excess of garbage and sewage, atmospheric pollution, and the deforestation of forests are consequences of consumption by the 7.8 billion people in the world. I am not preaching the relaxation of current environmental guidelines, but I'm warning that the 7.8 billion humans versus available natural resources have long been should be at the forefront of environmental debates around the world. Let's see the 8 main evidences that support this alert of mine. 1. The demand for vegetable origin food has increasingly required deforestation, not only due to the gradual increase in food consumption, but also because the lands used intensively for long periods for large-scale plantations without process of natural organic restoration are already in process of exhaustion, which explain the advance of desertification areas. 2. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, there are about 1.2 billion head of cattle in the world destined for food production. In Brazil alone, there are about 214 million. In addition to the volume of pig, sheep, and poultry, also destined for human consumption, which in addition to consuming human food such as corn and soybean meal, increasingly demand deforestation for pastures, and produce as much harmful gas to the atmosphere, the methane gas, as the diverse gases produced by the motor vehicles. 3. According to the Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics, there are about 1.5 billion pets on the planet whose feed has the same origin as human food. 4. In Indonesia, for example, in 2014 alone, the volume of deforestation of native forests was 5.6 million hectares. In Brazil, in 2018, deforestation was 1.3 million hectares. In short, in all regions of the world, deforestation is advancing every year. 5. There are already more than 1.2 billion motor vehicles on the planet, not to mention airplanes, motorcycles, and agricultural machinery, polluting the air, degrading the soil and water with rubber residues from tires, and demanding paved roads whose polluting materials and dark in color concentrates heat and also contributes to global warming. And the electric cars that will replace the world fleet from now on will impact the environment with the disposal of batteries composed of highly polluting materials. 6. The demand for household appliances and other trinkets grows in an impressive way, whose stress generated constitute one of the main sources of soil and water pollution. 7. The growth in demand for clothes gave rise to synthetic textile fibers, whose clothes, when handled and washed, release broken microfibers called microplastics, which pollute waters and aquatic foods. 8. The world demand for wood grows exponentially to supply the sectors of timber, paper, coal, thermoelectric energy, residential heating in cold countries, and other demands more, and in the regions where there is no more native forest, they cultivate reforestations with genetically modified trees, destroying ecosystems, drying out and degrading immense areas of land, and polluting rivers with cellulose residues. In this way, the volume of drinking water available already gives highly worrying warning signs, both for the facts I have narrated so far and for the gradual increase in global temperature. What it means? Cause and effect acting together in the aggravation of environmental degradation. At this moment, when only some regions of the planet suffer recurring natural disasters, such as droughts, fires, and hurricanes, this type of content does not resonate as it should, since practically nobody cares about the future of our planet. But I ask you to record this alert of mine in your diary, because in 10 or 15 years, we will all begin to feel and suffer natural disasters with more frequency and intensity, fruit of this current indifference. Finishing! My dear viewer, I hope you have appreciated my point of view on environmental issues and that you comment. And in the next video, I'll comment on the consequences of overpopulation on the planet and about the future of our Amazon forest. In the following videos, I will also comment on the possible reasons for the omission of the authorities and environmentalists on excess population as the main cause of global warming, on the new culture that we started to experience in 21st century, which I call palliativism, and on the weight of technology in the management of social issues from now on. Thanks for your attention, and don't forget to subscribe and give your like.